My name is Alejandra Ochoa. I'm a social work major, first year freshman.
Hi, my name is Paloma Gonzalez. I am a freshman majoring in social work. I'm Mexican American.
My name is Kathleen Correa. I'm a political science major, a freshman.
My name is Connie Martinez. I am a speech and hearing science major. I am a freshman.
My name is Iris Hernandez. I am a speech and hearing science major. I am a freshman and I am Salvadorian and Mexican.
My name is Lisa Ortiz. I am a grad student, a fourth year grad student in education policy, organization, and leadership with minors in Latino studies and gender and women's studies.
I'm from Chicago. I was born and raised in Chicago.
And I was born and raised in Champaign.
I grew up in the South Suburbs.
And I am from Chicago, from La Villita.
I also grew up in Chicago.
I'm Puerto Rican. I was born and raised in Fitchburg, Massachusetts until I was 12, and then I lived in Añasco, Puerto Rico.
I don't go visit home often, only if it's like spring break or like a long break weekend.
I don't go as often as I would like, and that's because I realized my first year I realized that I was actually like that this was now gonna be like my home.
Well, because my family lives in town, I usually go home at least once during the week and definitely once or twice during the weekend. So I see my family quite a bit.
But I don't go home often.
Since I have a family, I realized that I couldn't do what my friends did, my other like grad student friends who would go back home for every like spring break and fall break and summer.
Sadly, I do not get to visit home that often for the same reason that others have probably mentioned. A lot of homework, projects to do.
And I couldn't because it was too expensive to pay for tickets.
Now that I am away in college, I can really see what role I played at home and then the role that I play here as a student.
There are times when I do feel clashes in role fulfillment.
In terms of time balance and like family balance, definitely.
For example, today,
We were trying to film this project and my mom was calling me like, oh, what are you doing? Where are you? Your grandma's here. Why don't you call her?
and I want to talk to her because she's my mom, but at the same time, I'm like, I need to do this for a project for school.
I don't really talk to my family that much, which sounds awful.
I do find like these classroom role fulfillments because I want to be home for family to spend time with them. So if I myself having to do homework, obviously, to keep up with classes.
My dad told me like, oh, well, if you were here, you could have gone for me to work at night. But obviously, I couldn't because I'm over here in school.
I'd say the biggest clash is like my mom wanting me to be home more than like I want to be home, I guess.
Definitely like not close to my mom as much as I would like to be.
So it's kind of hard fulfilling both roles.
Sometimes I feel like I'm not doing either 100% well or as well as I would like to be doing.
So there are times where being a student clashes with being a daughter.
Having discussions with my family about the university is kind of hard.
I do have family members that don't have university experience or a university education.
So it's kind of hard relating to topics of what to talk about.
My family doesn't understand what it is that I'm doing.
Even your goals, like your dreams or like what you're studying or what your major is, it's really hard to explain that to my parents.
It's not really something like my parents think about.
I was a first generation college student, and the first person in my family to go to grad school, especially for PhD.
So even if I'm able to translate, for example, speech and hearing science, you wouldn't understand like everything that goes on behind that major.
And usually when they talk to me about school, it's about like, oh, just like how are your grades, and it's just like that basic stuff just to keep me on track.
And it's not so much about just translating. I mean, that itself is a bit hard, translating it, but...
So recently I don't want to say that I dumb it down because that's not what I do, but I just don't give like all the details,
I don't want them to feel like down or put down or anything like that. So
It's not easy. I think that
we learn different things.
Or, yeah. Is it hard for me being a Latina at a predominantly white institution? To an extent.
You know, I've been thinking about this question a lot lately.
I know when I came to campus, I felt like really alone. I like didn't really have that many friends.
I don't know if I feel a sense of belonging, but I also don't think that I feel like a complete sense of exclusion.
I definitely feel like a sense of belonging in the Latinx community.
For example, when I'm at La Casa or in my LLS class, but there are times when I do wish that I would see familiar faces like in the dorms and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's like, I don't know, there's like some spaces at school, like I could be like the only Latino or like even person of color.
I think it's hard coming from a place where everybody's just like Puerto Rican. I mean, like, or the majority.
It's just when it comes to like having other classes where you're part of the minority again.
I get the feeling like I shouldn't be here, which I think is like definitely not like an uncommon feeling, especially with like imposter syndrome, like and all of that.
I used to feel a lot more safer, but as you guys are aware, there was something that occurred on campus, which are the chalkings.
I know there's been a lot of messed up things going on lately.
There was a lot of racist comments that were written all over the sidewalk, such as build a wall.
But I feel like, and I guess this is just because of the places and the people I surround myself with. I feel like I belong because I like surround myself in LS or other ethnic studies or La Casa, and so I guess I don't think about like the other spaces around campus.
The one that really hurt me was the one that said, I think they need to go back, something like that.
I'm not, like subjected to that as much as maybe undergrads are.
But there are ways that you can feel more involved with the Latino community. There are some identities I have to hide here on campus, like
I don't know if everyone necessarily cares to hear about my identity as a mom or as a Puerto Rican.
Sometimes the language, I don't practice it as much on campus than I do at home.
I don't know that I have to suppress them, but I think that some are more salient at times than others.
But when I am home,
sometimes my family doesn't want to hear about my identity as a grad student, or as a TA. And here,
being a Latina, like,
sometimes if it's more important to take on my identity as a Latina versus a Puerto Rican, then I'll do that,
At this point, I'm not to my parents. I dated a girl a few months ago, and I introduced them to her and so forth. And before they knew that I like girls, I definitely felt isolated at home.
My parents are very strict on house rules, and obviously here I'm alone. Well, not alone, but like I'm not with my family or my parents, or I don't have any house rules.
And just being queer, it makes it a very unique experience, a very unique feeling and experience for myself.
But there are times where I like unapologetically talk about my Puerto Ricanness. So yeah.
I do have like a curfew and some like I can't come home under the influence, or not that I would anyway, but yeah.
But I definitely feel like I felt a very strong connection with the Latinx community, and I've made some really great friends.
I feel the double isolation, there's some parts that I do feel is prevalent in my life.
I feel like it's something I experienced a lot, like as an incoming freshman.
You know, I feel like I can't be my full self here, but I can't be my full self at home.
So yeah, I feel that sometimes there's never like a complete sense of who you are.
I feel like double isolation is prevalent in my life because
There's always something missing, right? Like we don't necessarily feel complete.
I felt like I didn't have a space where like I felt like really comfortable, or like I felt like a space that like felt like home.
when I go back home, I can't share, like I stated before, specific experiences or moments that I go through here. And when I'm here, I feel like I can't share with people what happens at home.
Yes, it's just really hard talking about it.
I think it's hard to be Latina in terms of like the stereotypes too, of like how people portray or see us. So you have to like sometimes certain ways of being or acting. And so if you don't fit the stereotype, people are like, microaggressions that you might get.
I felt isolated because I wasn't the same color as my brother and sister were.
Although I don't speak Spanish, and even though I grew up around a lot of white people, I'm still a proud Latina.
I am proud to be a Latina and multicultural.
I'm very proud to be a Latina, and I'm very proud to be light-skinned and colored eyes.